Hi everyone. So I had this next album actually requested to me. I was going to do it anyway, because I do plan on reviewing all of Hamasaki Ayumi's albums, but since it was requested, I decided to do this one sooner rather than later to fulfill that request. So without further ado, I will jump right into it. It is Hamasaki Ayumi's Rainbow album, so let's get started. I really like this opening track. I think it fits the style of the album really well, and the style of this album, I would say, is very pop. It's very dance pop. And I really like her voice in this is like really thin sounding, and sometimes that really bothers me and when singers do that, including her. But in this, it sounds really cool because it sounds ethereal. And I really like how this introduction flows into the next song, kind of like what the introduction on Love Appears did with Fly High, and Starting Over did with Duty. They have a pattern of doing this, and it's something I really like. And I like this part right here of this introduction. I like that part for some reason. Anyway. The thing about this song is I didn't used to like it very well, but as time has gone on, I've really come to like this song as one of the best songs on the album. Regardless of my personal opinion of the song itself, this song makes a really good opening track. Like, not just the opening, but like the introductory first full-length track. I can't talk. Anyway, I really like the way that she sings this. It's a little sassy, and this album is special because this is the first album in which she ever used English lyrics. And in this song, she doesn't use them in the actual lyrics, but in the background, she's saying, "We wish," which is the name of the song. And I really like the translation to this as well, so I definitely recommend looking it up somewhere. And I like the chorus a lot right here. This is one of the first songs I ever heard by Ayumi Hamasaki that I really liked. Her English in this is actually rather abundant. I think like in every verse and every chorus she has one line of English at least. Yeah, she has a lot of English in this song, and it actually makes pretty decent sense, which really surprises me because usually Japanese artists are even worse than Korean artists about their their English making sense in a Japanese song. And however, her pronunciation is pretty horrific in parts. However, this was, the beginning of that for her. Anyway, I really love this song. I love the message of it, and I love how she sings it, and I love basically everything about this song. And I would definitely recommend this as one of the best songs on the album. It has a pretty interesting music video as well, and just, I don't know, it's really catchy, and it's something you can get up and dance to, which is the way We Wish was as well. And a lot of the songs in this album are like really peppy, and you can get up and just like exercise to them really easily, which is one of the reasons I really came to like this album, is because when I would work out, I would pick a lot of the songs from this album and just work out to those. It's fun. The first time I heard this song, I really wasn't expecting it to go as it did. As you can tell by this beginning, it's really serious and very slow at the beginning. It doesn't stay that way. For your sake, I will fast forward. And you can tell by like this little pre-chorus that comes in here, it's gonna pick up. But then the interesting thing that this song does is it then falls back down to like the calmer, but then it picks up again, and the chorus is just like, it's really emotional. I really love the lyrics to this song. I've always liked the lyrics to this song. And her voice though in this is good, but the way she sings some things, like the very last chorus, and people who have listened to this before know exactly what I'm going to say, or at least what I'm going to be talking about when I start saying it. The part where she says, "Zuto mamotte yuku yo," but she sings it like Zeruta, my mother Yukuya. And it sounds really weird, but it still sounds so cool, and just, it's really a great track. It's not my favorite on the album, but it's definitely one of my favorites, and I think it's a track that everybody should listen to. And the Japanese is simple enough that if you have a decent understanding and can understand through her weird accent thingy, you'll understand the meaning, and the song will have a little bit deeper resonation. Is that the correct word? Yes, resonation within you. Okay, so this song, I've always liked this song. Again, it's kind of a weird song. I don't know, something about it is just weird to me. It's very reminiscent of her album I Am, which to me is really good because I love that album, but the lyrics in this are really good. The chorus, she says, we're free to go anywhere we want, we're free to do anything we want, and you know, that's like, oh, you can relate to that. The last, like, at the very end, there's like a little chorus, and it's like, hang on, I can probably just tell you the translation by looking at it here. Basically, she's saying, like, from the warmth of a passerby, suddenly she started to cry, and it might have been you, or that person, or this girl, and, like, I don't know, just the way she sings that part is really emotional, and, like, I don't know, this song in itself is kind of emotional too, and I don't know, it's one of those songs, you may remember me saying this in another review if you watched it, not everybody can relate to a love song, but people can relate to songs about, like, life and freedom, blah blah blah, and this is one of those songs, and just, it's kind of about, like, growing up or whatever, and I really think this is an awesome song, and to me, this song is really underrated. A lot of people pass it up because it's 6 minutes long, but you're stupid if you pass it up. It's a really, really good song. I didn't really like this song when I first heard it, but I've come to like it a lot more now that I understand the Japanese. Her voice in this isn't that great, and the part where she sings, "It's over," her voice sounds really weird, because it's a little too high for, like, her strong range. It just sounds really weak. But I don't know, I don't think it's a bad song, but it's something really special, especially after hearing, like, We Wish, Real Me, Free and Easy, and Heartplace, and then you get to this song and you're just kind of like, eh, and then, like, the song that comes after this is amazing too, so this song just kind of gets lost in the shuffle, in my opinion. But I think that if you understand Japanese, it means a little bit more. But for people who don't understand any Japanese at all, this song is probably going to be something you'll pass up, and you shouldn't pass up the song, because it's not that bad, but there are better songs. But there are worse. But they're better. They're better. For a long time, this was my favorite Ayumi Hamasaki song. It's freaking sad. And, this was before I understood Japanese as well as I do, so I could actually understand this one pretty easily. It's not that hard to understand. But I'd like to point something out. Why are fireworks HANABI? Why are fireworks always associated with sad songs? Like, okay, I shouldn't say always, but two of my favorite songs in the world are this song and Otsuka Ai's Kingyo Hanabi. Both those songs are, like, tragic and sad and, like, really, really, really just not happy. Not happy. But when I think of fireworks, I think of the colors and the bright lights and boom, and everybody's like, woo, it's fireworks, and if you get to see fireworks, woo, you know. But, like, the song is so depressing. And the version 2 on her Memorial Address album, even more depressing. And Kingyo Hanabi, also depressing, but we're not on that album, so we're not going to talk about it right now. I wonder why that is. Regardless of that, this song is amazing. her voice in this is really, really good. The background vocals are awesome, and again, if you don't understand Japanese that well, you probably will still be able to understand the gist of this song because it's not hard to understand, and it's a very good ballad. This I think is my favorite song on the album. There's another one coming up that sometimes beats this one out, but I would have to say this is arguably my favorite song on the album, maybe. I really like this interlude. It's just like, it fits with the rest of the album really, really well. This kind of like pop dance style, but it has all but like 2 of the songs on this album have what I would argue to be an ethereal feel to them, and this interlude is the same, and especially right here when her vocals are going to come in. And I really like all of the task related interludes a lot, but this is my second favorite, and for a long time it was my favorite. But yeah, I think this is an awesome interlude, and I wish that more of her interludes fit the albums as well as this one does. This song is weird. I like it. I didn't used to really like it that much, but I will blatantly say that I really like the live infinitely better than the version on the album for some reason. I don't know why, but I don't know. But the lyrics are okay. There are just things about this song for some reason I just don't like them. The introduction I don't really like that much. Like, it's not a bad song, but again, like, compared to the rest of the songs on the album, it's just kind of like there, so it's just okay. And the introduction's so long. That's the thing I don't like about it. Like, Free and Easy had a really long introduction, but it was like epic, and this introduction was just like her speaking and just really an awful accent and this song's just okay again. Like, her really happy songs I like enough, but I prefer the more dramatic Ayumi Hamasaki because I feel like that's more true to her persona. I tried so hard to talk around the word persona, but it came out. Anyway, one of the reasons I laugh every time I hear this song is because on Tumblr, whenever it's July 1st, there are 2 things that circulate on the internet. First is Canadian Independence Day. The second is about this song, and I'm like, well, are we really celebrating this song just because it's called July 1st? Like, I don't know, it's just kind of weird. But anyway, yeah, this song, it's happy and everything, and it's a summer song. She always does a summer song, but she's had better summer songs, and she's had worse. So, take what you will with this one. I really love this song. The beginning of the instrumental, like the first time I heard this song, I didn't really know what to think at the beginning. I was like, this song is weird. It's really weird. But the thing about this song is that it tells a story with the instrumental, and her voice fits the instrumental so well. She doesn't over-sing, she doesn't sound too shrieky or anything, and it reminds me of childhood, but being an adult at the same time, and just like, I don't know, the feelings that this song gives me are really interesting. It's a combination of nostalgia and like longing, and then also this just like looking forward kind of feeling. I don't know, but this is a really, really beautiful song, and it's a pretty lyrically simplistic song, and it's, like I said, her voice sounds really, really good. I think this is my favorite song on the album. It switches back between HANABI and this song, but usually it's this song. and I think if you listen to it all the way through, you'll understand why, because the interlude instrumentally is just a story. It's so beautiful. I'm just like, oh, I have chills listening to this right now. It's just a great song. I definitely recommend it. It's unlike anything else I've ever heard. This interlude is just okay. It fits the album, but it's really not that interesting, and they were extremely uncreative with the title. If you think about Everlasting Dream and Never-Ending Dream are synonymous, like, I don't know, maybe it's supposed to mean something that I just don't get, but whatever, it's not that great. It's just an interlude. I have mixed feelings about this song. It's one of her really popular songs, and I understand why people like it, but there are things about the song I don't like very much, including her voice, which has been imitated and made fun of enough times. And she, like, that one, in this one live, she forgot the lyrics and she was like, it's really funny. If you just type into YouTube, like, Ayumi forgets her lyrics, this is probably the one that'll come up, and she's wearing a white dress. But, like, the instrumentals in this are really cool, like this. But, like, the choruses are just kind of like, I don't know, I feel like there's something lacking in this song. I'm not sure what it is, and I'm not sure what should be changed. But I know what I like and I know what I don't like about it, so I do think that everybody should listen to this song because it is one of her classics. However, would I call it one of the best songs in the album? No. Dang it. I can't keep a straight face to save my life. The reason I laughed is because somebody once called this song a baby-making song, and now I can't unhear it. But her voice in this I really don't like. But I like how simple this song is, and the instrumentals are actually really nice. However, the song drags really badly, so I tend to, like, listen to about 3/4 of it and then just skip through the ending because it's the same thing over and over and over again. And like, she's had worse songs, but this is just not that impressive, and I'm glad this did not finish the album, because if it had, I would have been so disappointed. This is just not that great, other than being a baby-making song. I like this song a lot. This is one of the summer songs that I really like of hers. I like it better than July 1st, and I don't know, you just can't help but like, you can't help but like jam to this song. But the thing that's special about this version of the song is on this album she put the plus sign next to it, and it's not that it's longer. Plus is actually a song that is connected to this, and I'll skip to that little transition soon, which I really like, by the way, but I really like this song. It's one of her better summer songs in my opinion, and it's really catchy, and I think it was a really good way to start the end of the album. But let me go ahead and skip to the transition. Every time I listen to this song. I really love this song too. However, it does drag just a little, but if you listen to the whole thing, you will probably notice that the very end ties in with the very beginning, which is really interesting because, like, it's its own separate song, but it does tie into the first song. So it's like plus independent, like more of independent, but also plus its own song, which is really cool. Really good way to end the album. And yeah, I definitely like this better than July 1st. Not to say that July 1st was a bad song, but this is a really good way to end the album, for certain. Okay, one thing I want to mention before I totally close out this album is if you actually purchase the album, which you should, you will notice that it says there's a track 0 called Rainbow. she released the actual song Rainbow on A Ballads, which it is a very good song. Okay, but it says something in here. Blah, blah, blah. It does not have this song on it. For details, if you put a password in, you can learn more details. But yes, it's on A Ballads. So if you want to hear what that song sounds like, either ask me to review that album, or buy the album, or listen to the song online, because it does have a music video. Okay, so now that that's addressed, overall, this album is pretty awesome. It's not my favorite Ayumi Hamasaki album, but it's a really good album, and it's also very underrated. People tend to like skip this album when they're thinking about Ayumi Hamasaki, which doesn't make sense to me, because this is like got some of her best tracks, like I shouldn't say necessarily best, but some of her more famous tracks, and tracks that she consistently performs live. Independent being one of them. July 1st also. HANABI. Free and Easy she hasn't done lately, but she used to do it. And Voyage. It's a really, 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 really good album. It's different though. It is different. And it's very heavily pop. If you're not into pop music, if you're not into the pop Ayumi, you might want to give this a later listen, after you get used to her style. But yeah, I think if you're into J-pop, and if you like Ayumi Hamasaki, that you should definitely check out this album. And my usual spiel about please don't illegally download things. And if you do illegally download something, please plan to buy the physical copy later or delete the files from your computer. Because, yeah, that way you don't have a guilty conscience later. And the next album review, I have already decided. It will be Amuro Namie's Play album. After that, there is one album that was requested to me quite a while ago, and I put it off, and I feel like I'm finally ready to do it now. So I will be doing a special album review after that. After that, I haven't quite decided what I'll do yet. I have some things I'm thinking about, but as always, suggestions, please. If I haven't reviewed the artist yet, or even if I have, if you have an album I haven't reviewed yet, just tell me, I'll listen. I mean, like, I'm not even an Amuro Namie fan, but I'm going to listen to the album and review it anyway, because I can, because somebody asked. So, I'm just doing this for fun, for you guys' sake, because I think that it needs to be done. Not enough people review Japanese albums for some reason, which, like, I don't understand, because they have some of the best music in the world, but anyway. Yeah, so until next time, take care, and may the force be with you? I don't know, something like that.